You think they're just emotionally unavailable, but what if they're actually terrified of you leaving? There's a huge difference, and missing it could cost you years of confusion. Here's what nobody tells you about fearful avoidance. They don't push you away because they don't care. They push you away because they care too much, and their nervous system can't handle it. If you don't understand the difference between someone who's just not into you and someone genuinely struggling with fearful avoidant attachment, you'll either waste years trying to fix something that was never broken, or walk away from someone who actually wanted to stay. Today, I'm breaking down 5 signs that separate fearful avoidance from every other attachment style. Stick around because sign number 4 is the one most people confuse with manipulation, but it's actually a survival response. Sign number 1, the hot-cold cycle that makes 0 sense. One week, they're texting you paragraphs at 2 a.m. about how much they appreciate you. The next week, they're suddenly busy, and you're wondering if you imagined the whole connection. This isn't game playing. With fearful avoidance, you're dealing with what psychologists call simultaneous activation of both attachment anxiety and avoidance. Their attachment system is wired with 2 opposing needs. They desperately want closeness, but closeness triggers their fear of getting hurt. So they move toward you when they feel safe, and the moment that safety turns into dependency, their brain hits the panic button. Research shows fearful avoidance display both high relationship anxiety combined with high avoidance. They're not trying to confuse you. They're confused themselves. Their nervous system is stuck between come here and get away at the same time. Here's what this looks like. After an amazing date, they might not text you for 3 days, not because they didn't have a good time, but because they had such a good time that it scared them. The intimacy felt too real, and their brain started screaming danger. If you've experienced this exact pattern and you're finally understanding why it happens, hit the like button so I know this is clicking for you. Sign number 2, they sabotage good moments. Everything's going perfect. You're having deep conversations, making future plans, and then suddenly they pick a fight over something small. Or they ghost you right after the best weekend you've had together. This is called deactivation, and it's a core defense mechanism for avoidant attachment patterns. When things get too good, their subconscious doesn't trust it. Good things in their past probably came with pain attached. Maybe a parent was loving one day and cold the next, so now closeness equals danger. Research on attachment theory shows that avoidant individuals use deactivating strategies to manage emotional intensity by suppressing attachment needs and creating distance when intimacy becomes overwhelming. For fearful avoidance, they want the relationship, but their body sends alarm signals the closer you get. So they create distance to regulate their nervous system, even if it means destroying something good. Sign number 3. They share deep stuff but won't let you get close. This one messes people up the most. They'll tell you about their childhood trauma, their deepest insecurities, things they've never told anyone else. You think you're getting closer, but when you try to be there for them emotionally, they shut down. Here's what's happening. Fearful avoidants often overshare as a way to create false intimacy without real vulnerability. Sharing facts about their past feels safer than being emotionally present in the moment. It's intimacy with a safety net. They control the narrative, the distance, the timing. Studies show fearful avoidants have negative views of both themselves and others. They view themselves as unworthy of love, while simultaneously seeing others as potentially harmful. This creates a pattern where they crave connection but fear it intensely. They'll tell you everything, but they won't let you truly see them or support them when it matters. Think of it like this. They're giving you a map of their wounds, but they're not letting you help them heal. And that leaves you feeling like you're so close to them, but somehow still locked out. Sign number 4. They test you constantly, but it's not what you think. They cancel plans to see if you'll get mad. They pull away to see if you'll chase. They push your boundaries to see if you'll stay. And before you label this as toxic, here's what you need to understand. For fearful avoidants, this isn't always conscious manipulation. It's often a survival strategy rooted in deep fear. Research shows fearful avoidants engage in testing behaviors to assess the reliability and safety of their relationships. Their core wound is often, people always leave, or people hurt you when you let them close. So they unconsciously test whether you're going to prove those beliefs right. If they push you away and you stay, it temporarily soothes their fear. But if you leave, it confirms what they already believed. The problem? These tests never end, because no amount of reassurance can fix a wound created in childhood. You can pass every test, and they'll just create a new one, because the fear isn't about you. It's about them. Sign number 5. They want commitment, but panic when they get it. They're the ones who bring up being exclusive, moving in, meeting families. Then the second you agree, they freak out and start questioning everything. You think they didn't mean it, but they did. They're just terrified of what happens next. This is the fearful avoidant paradox. They desperately want the security of commitment, but commitment makes them feel trapped. In their mind, commitment means someone can hurt them now. It means they're invested enough to lose something. Fearful avoidant attachment is characterized by a simultaneous desire for and fear of intimacy. These individuals often experienced inconsistent or traumatic caregiving in childhood, creating an internal conflict where love feels both necessary and dangerous. They crave what they're afraid of, pursuing commitment to feel safe, then panicking once they have it, because now there's something to lose. And that fear of loss is more terrifying than loneliness ever was. Look, understanding fearful avoidant attachment doesn't mean you have to stay in a confusing relationship. It just means you now know what you're dealing with. These 5 signs aren't excuses for bad behavior. They're explanations. And here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Attachment style can explain behavior, but it doesn't excuse harm. A fearful avoidant who truly wants to be with you will recognize their patterns, communicate, and do the work. They'll go to therapy, read the books, have the uncomfortable conversations. But if they use their attachment style as a free pass to keep hurting you without ever changing, that's just someone who isn't ready for a relationship. You deserve someone who shows up, even when it's scary. And if that's not what you're getting, the most loving thing you can do is walk away. What's been the hardest part of dating someone with fearful avoidant attachment for you? Drop your experience in the comments. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.